the garage. And we're going to start off by sealing these vehicles that are built already and just need to get that treatment so we can get that over with. They can be handled. We've got a game coming up next weekend that will be featured, some of these. And actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to film that one. It might be a kind of a catch-22 on that. But anyhow, they are going to be handled. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up and see how good a job I did of cleaning it. We're trying to not do a thorough clean every single time that we do it because it just takes way too long. Just going to give these guys a clear coat and set them off to the side and then start digging into the other things. If I could just remember how I did it last time so it wasn't a pain in the ass. No, I was using the hand Dremel to take them apart. So you know when it's clean enough, if you press down on this and no liquid comes out, but then you pull back and it does, then we're still good. All right, let's take the bus out here. I lost some of the lights on the roof. We've got to replace them. I thought we glued the wheels shut on this thing. I guess we didn't. Alright, that's ain't fair. This one is Poppycock. We'll give Poppycock another clear coat. Alright, who else we got? We got the Mescalade. Should look even better after I'm done with this. Oh, I guess we're going through this stuff. That's what it's for. We're not thinning at all. We're using straight from the bottle. We get a jam, we get a jam. The Bully Goat. I was surprised I was actually able to use the yellow windows. We just gave them a couple of washes of brown, and that did it. Old Ben here. With the magnetized turret. Bet. This is actually a Matchbox, not a Hot Wheels. And Jerry skids. And then we will start taking things apart after this. And I take photos of these things, but the photos just don't really... I look at the photos after I take them, and I'm like, yeah, they don't look like that. They look better. I don't know how I convince you guys of that, but it's going to have to believe me. Or not. Let me give this another coat. This thing's beautiful. I mean, for a Rust Hulk. And I had no idea which vehicles we're going to play with. I like that. Now, you do in other games like, oh, this fucker again? Yeah, switch it out. Switch out for one you haven't used yet. But we're supposed to have a game on Saturday. The problem with the game on Saturday is we're going to have a player that's never been filmed before. And I don't know if they're conducive to being filmed or not. So I don't know how that's going to go. So I don't want to tell you that we're going to film it and then we're not. So and I can't play midweek because it's model meeting week, and last month I didn't go. So all right. So now we're going to run some cleaner through here. And then let this sit, and let's take apart some vehicles and see what we have inside. And we have, what, about a dozen? Something like that. This is going to be off for a little bit. I'm going to use it a little bit, so I'm not going to turn off the air. All right. Thin 14. Thin. Well, somebody doesn't need a weight loss plan. You're thin. Okay. Thanks for subbing. I greatly appreciate it. Okay. So let's bring this host of vehicles over. Oh, I hope this isn't metal on metal. It is. Oh, Christ on a crutch. I'm not ready for that one. We have to do that one last. God, I hate metal on metal. Because it means you have to go through that damn rivet. Maybe I won't take it apart. It's that inconvenient. All right, what about this stupid ass bomber? Is that literally what it's called? That's what it should have been called. Fast Fortress. Let's take this thing apart and see what we got. First of all, we got to change the drill bit on this thing. Got the buffer. Is there anything that we're going to have to buff off? I don't think so. Okay, and one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to try Ben's burritos. We're going to spray one of these black and see if we can take it inside and dry brush it in the next couple days, and then it looks like a wreck. And if so, we're going to start, we're going to make about a dozen or 16 of those things. All right, so what drill bit did we use? I don't remember. It probably was probably this one. This here is probably rather. Audrey, welcome. It's probably this drill bit right here. I wish you could hand tighten this and then use this thing to tighten it the rest of the way, but you can't. All right, now we have the power of feet. Don't get excited. And we can just do that at a relatively slow turn. All right, so I need to go grab my super readers. This isn't gonna cut it. Go grab the powerful ones. Be right back. All right. These are only 1.5, and these are 375 or something. 325. All right. So we're just, instead of going through the rivet, we're just going to go around it. Just like that, we just pop that front one off, do the same thing in the back, and then we'll see what we have inside. All right, let's see if this broke open like it's supposed to. And the wheels go everywhere, which is what I wanted to avoid. So we only lost one set of wheels. Good, and then we have it here. Perfect. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with here, parts-wise. We've got the body here. Certainly this comes off. Yes, okay. And then we have these clear components. Right. Now, where's this exact? Actually, even better than the exact knife. These old clippers. I'm gonna remove all this extra plastic from here. It's half cut off, half melted off. When we go and put this thing back together, one of the things that we're going to attempt to do is, this will end up going back on it. We're going to try to put tank tracks back here and leave the wheels at the front. Now, I did bring some track things that I have. See any of them right off the bat that are your removed. Well, this is all one piece, so that's really not probably going to work. Although I could split them in two. I thought I had a different one. Oh, I haven't taken that one out of the plug. Okay, so this is the one that I have taken. So if I cut this at the wheel well, would these tank tracks fit here? I'd say they probably would. But It's just going to take some finagling to get it in there. I think we could probably cut these two out. Of course, I'm going to have to put something here because there's an open wound there. But that's how this thing's going to go. We're not going to put this with like 6 wheels. It's going to end up going with this one. So I'm going to put all these pieces together in the same bin. Okay. And that's basically something that goes together. All right, the flaming tosser. Oh no, let's just cut to the chase. I want to see what the hell's in this hot tub. What is this thing called? Hot tub 2020. It's got a little 4-leaf clover or whatever. This thing cost $25. And I really got it for the hot tub part. Here we go. Okay, pop that one out. I think this one came apart real easy. Yeah, okay, so we've got pieces here. The water part of the hot tub actually comes out. That's actually probably pretty handy. This is the one where Ben said, hey, let's make an Explorer that's in there like getting burned alive. Nice. One thing's for sure, if the cannibals are eating the Explorer is definitely white meat. This thing has been outside. I got this at a garage sale. It's got some rusty pegs in there. Not an issue. Just weird. It's just weird that it has this steering wheel. And you can see it's got little bubbles and stuff on there. If you don't put this in here and try to make a vehicle out of it, I don't know, you got a big empty space there. This is just a weird thing. So I'm going to start a new one of these. Let's see. Okay. Next, the flaming tosser. Yes, I've already built this vehicle a long time ago, and it's got a bunch of bottles there, and a chrome interior. Definitely needs to be repainted. This is a vehicle that throws a lot of Molotov cocktails, hence the name Flaming Tosser. Why did you think it was called Flaming Tosser, other than to throw Molotov cocktails? Anyways, the flaming tosser is about to get taken apart. It's actually called Chill Mill. A lot easier than going through the center peg, and a lot safer, and you don't have to change bits 3 times. And you don't get metal shavings everywhere. through. And that's all we did. We just going around that peg. Why is this giving me suggestions? I don't. AI, go away. Close to the edge there. I want to be careful. We don't damage anything that we want to keep whole. Okay. So this has, okay, all the bottles are connected to the glass. And there they are. And this is chrome hell. Okay. And here's the ring toss itself, which okay, looks pretty good. I believe this has a machine gun on it somewhere. All right, next one. The Rasta wagon. And it's got a green man there. A green dude there. And this one only has one peg in the front, and it'll pry in. So that's only one we have to remove. See what's inside this thing. Woo! Going through the front of that grill. Gotta be careful. Okay, I should do it. Yeah, got a little bit of damage there. Okay. Remove that. This is all one piece. Raw stuffed fruit and veggies. Okay. This is all one piece and bright ass freaking green. And he's got like a lollipop or something like that. And he's easy enough to remove as well. So, one of these things, when you get weapons for Gaslands, you can either mount them on the front, on the rear, on the side, or on the turret. On the turret, it's 360 degrees. The front is basically a car width of either side of the car, straight forward. So, if the car is, that wide, you're basically looking at a line of fire that's about that wide all the way out to its distance. Same thing on the rear. The side, it's the side of the vehicle plus a width of it. So something that has a window like this is perfect for a side-mounted weapon. Now, you don't have to mount one on one side and one on the other. You mount it on the side, and it's kind of like it covers both sides. Almost like if it had like a 50 caliber machine gun or something like that, that you could bring it around. So with something like this that definitely has, an order window, we're definitely going to have at least a machine gun that is side mounted. Okay, even if it's something small or something like that, that should work. So this is the Rastafarian band, and this is a relatively old one, 1983. Rastavan man. Yeah, bomba clot. All right. Should be fun. I picked that up at one of the vendors at the at Monopalooza had that. And I'm keeping that paint scheme. Paint scheme's fine. I don't know about the little Rasta dude. The little Rasta dude does not have a dark face. So, you know, I'm not going to have an albino Rasta guy. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So we might have to color that in to make it appropriate. All right. The one called Mr. Big, or Mr. Pimp, or Mr. Big Pimp. This vehicle, I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be. It's called High Roller 2, and I don't like it already because it's got, that one only had one rivet and it pried open. This one has 3. So we're going to take all 3 of these apart. Now, I'm already running into a problem, and that is we are getting a little bit of metal shavings, and that's happening because I'm going around that little prong, and it's cutting up part of it, which causes the metal shavings. Metal shavings' only issue is if you set this on top of it, it'll end up digging up the finish of it. There is a little Hot Wheels logo here that's easy to remove, and there's kind of some subtle colorations on it, almost like it was one of those really expensive handbags. Don't ask me which one because, you know, I don't buy handbags. I'm not that kind of handbagger. Louis Vuitton. Right? Doesn't Louis Vuitton have all these subtle little logos on the side of it? Something like that. All right, High Roller. Ooh, this turned to mush, and it's sticky. Woo! And it's hot. I don't know about the floor being lava, but the bottom of this car is. Okay. Now there's one of the drivers, and I forget which one it is, one of the perks they can have is there's a vehicle that can turn around the back of itself. So in other words, when it turns, when it rotates, when it does a spin, instead of it spinning on the center line, it can actually spin on the front. And it's called rear drive is what it is. This vehicle is going to have rear drive because this definitely looks like something that would just get out of control. Almost like, you know, Cruella de Vil, almost like the gangster version of Cruella de Vil. We got some stuff that's already released. Okay, that's that one and this one. It's like a Bentley or something, like a Bentley coupe. A Bentley coupe. So what is this one attached to? Well, we're gonna do all 3 of them. Do you rebuild the cars to make them military looking? You stumble onto your stream just new to watching. Absolutely. So I play this game called Gasland, and we take a car that looks like a station wagon and ended up making it look like this. So yeah, we add weapons and stuff to them. Yes, me, myself, and I. So yes. How many weapons we add? Well, it just depends on what the theme of the vehicle is. You know, they're built ahead of time, so it's not like just add spikes and chains and shit on them and then figure it out. No. I don't want stuff on there that it doesn't have. So you see this? Looks like it's got a Gatling gun on the top. Well, it does. You know, it's like, you know, like this one. Hey, does it look like it could ram somebody? Yes. Well, it does. You know, what you see is what you get. I mean, I got like 200 of these damn cars to do. I've done probably 5 in the last week. So, one a bit of a tear. But, you know, sometimes they don't have any visible looking weapons, like this bus here. All we did is we built this boom thing on the top, because there is actually a weapon in the game, a weapon called Wall of Amplifiers. And it's basically a big boom. And it can affect other vehicles, and it's kind of like a morale thing. If there was morale in the game, which there isn't, It's basically hazards is basically morale. So you can boost the morale of your team and, you know, make it go down for other guys. But there's 8 guys in here shooting pistols. So, you know, it's still, you just got to get really close to things. Here is the methcalade, because it is a Escalade. But I like to use the colors it's already painted in and then just make them dirty and work with that. Color things as necessary. Add armor if they need to have armor, but I don't add armor to everything. I look and see, okay, we're going to build this with armor because I want them all to be different. I do not 3D print anything. No. There's other people that do the 3D printing. There's some of the people that 3D print, they can't paint like I do. I paint so I don't 3D print. I got to sub some stuff out. So a lot of this stuff, these extras are made by a company called Switchyard Studio. I just tried them for the first time and I was really happy with their product. So the Methcalade is your favorite so far. Well, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but they all drive differently. You know, sometimes I have to name them based on the graffiti that's on the side of them. Like this thing is called Bully Goat. Why? Well, because it has Bully Goat. It's backwards. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about it with this live feed. But it says Bully Goat on it, so I had to call this thing the Bully Goat. But it looks significantly better than when I got it. It had all kinds of weird ass colors in it and shit like that. So we have 20 of them right now built to this level. And, you know, we have a card for each one of them, and you'll roll to see what car you get to play. You know, all of these, this is a 27-point car, this one's 27 points, this one's 27, that one's 27. And then the truck with the big cannon and the bus are in the next tier up. But this will be a 27-point car. And I just do that for ease, you know. I don't want one that's 32 and one that's 26, and it's too complicated, you know, and it's kind of balancing, and then you can just say, hey, you don't know which 27-point car you're going to get, you know. Or maybe it's a game where everybody gets a 27-point car and a 34-point car, you know. So it saves a lot of time. It also keeps people from having a crutch and say, I only play ones that have turreted miniguns. You know, you got to play stuff with sometimes things cause you to get in and, you know, and beat each other up and in close combat kind of thing. And then maybe you have a car that, you know, you don't want to mix it up and get close. You got to be at long range. But no two cars are the same. All right, let's see what we got inside. Well, it's supposed to release. My favorite one is probably still Mr. Green Screen, just because it's the first one I really did the color matching. But we got some challenging ones coming up that'll be, well, they're gonna look great. This thing did not look like much until we finished it today, and it looks pretty fucking amazing. It looks pretty fucking amazing. But I haven't been doing cars very long, but I haven't been painting for 40 years, so. All right, what do we got in here, Mr. Big? All right, we got all this clear connected. Not a lot of parts to it. This chrome is all together. This is all together. And the part that I like the least is taking these apart. I've given up on trying to take the pegs out. I've watched videos that make it seem like it's the easiest thing. I got the right materials. I got lots of tools that can do that. It is just flat out dangerous. It's just absolutely dangerous unless you're doing it like this. So I'd like to keep all my fingers, so we're not going to do it that other way. All right, Mr. Big is done. Let's put a little divider here. Now, for those of you guys that watch my show live in the morning, if you've been keeping tabs, once we break these things apart, and we clear coat them so that they can take a wash. The rest of the process is taking about, I'd say 2 hours for a car, maybe 3 at the most, all right? Now compare that to Hippie-Ki-Yay that I repainted, and I did not do it in the quicker style that I do now. And I say quicker style because I don't know the ones that I'm doing now look any worse than the other ones. Hippie-Ki-Yay probably took 25 hours to paint. I don't have time for that. I don't have time. We're not going to get anywhere. You know, layering is not the way forward. So once I figured out, okay, give them a clear flat coat, and we can use the graphics that are already on the vehicle, which in most cases looks pretty damn good. Like the artist had his head on right, like I liked it, you know. Then that saved a heck of a lot of time. You know, you've got some guys like this guy, like this Ford Focus. I mean, it's got some striping, it's got some sponsors. That's all stuff that I wouldn't put on there. I mean, I'd do the striping, but you know, a Ford symbol's already on there. I mean, I'm not going to redo all that stuff. It gets done for me. So you just be careful with it. Like it's even got, look, it's even got the little RS logo, which is normally in red, and it will be in red on this vehicle, in this beautiful green color. You know, it looks like a frog, you know. So we're just going to go around this little rivet. And we've got a foot pedal here to slow this thing down if we need to. Because we're just going through plastic. All the way around it. Problem is it's warming it back up, and it re-welds itself back on. Because it is just plastic. Sometimes you got to go back in again. And should pop the front, right? And then we do the same thing on the back, except we're really close to the end of it, so we need to be careful. I may just do this side and then just try to work it out. But see, we've got some metal here, so I don't want to rub this vehicle and then the metal ends up getting and ruining the finish on it. We want to ruin the finish in our own way. We don't want to ruin the finish. We want to make it look like the finish is ruined. There's a difference. Okay, I'm leaving that last little bit and see if this works. So try this and that worked perfect. And then when we put these things back together, we just use hot glue. It's plenty strong to do that. Yeah, so we got this. And these have really nice interiors. They have better interiors than Airfix kits, than many Airfix kits. Okay, this is the Ford Focus RS. Which, anytime I encounter one of these in the real world, they always want to race it. Okay. One time some guy wanted to race me, and he's got like an automatic car. I'm like, the guy had like a Charger, you know, one of the new Chargers, like the cops use. He wanted to race me. I'm like, you have an automatic car. You press the pedal. Like, you know, what's the excitement in that, Mr. Redneck? All right, the Portaloo. Shitter's full. Here we go. This has 2 points. Go for it. Welcome back, man. Ah, see, I remembered. It's late out there in Hungary. Is this plastic? It is. Oh my God, this has a plastic rivet in the back. Hallelujah. All right, well, we'll just pop through that. That makes life a hell of a lot easier. The one in the front is not metal. It's not. It's metal. I said, fuck it. Let's go see if we can go through it. No. Let's see what we got inside. Got this is all metal. Woo! She's hot. All right. And how is this still attached? Is this latched somehow? Okay, we're loose there. There we go. All the pieces come apart. Big toilet bowl. Yeah, this thing's gonna run around and, you know, dump stuff on people. Yes, it's that kind of a game. Oh, hold on one second. All right. Put a little bay this thing goes in. Almost to the end. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take these parts that we're going to keep in the same color and we're going to clear coat them. The Ford Torino, which is lowered, but it's not going to be one of the Mexican guys. This is just going to be a random free agent. Beautiful vehicle. Or at least this vehicle is beautiful. Badass looking. (2007). All right. 2 rivets, plastic bottom. Here we go. See, this is a lot. If you watched me the other day, this is a lot quicker than trying to go through that damn rivet. And I'm not worried about losing a finger. I mean, you still have to be careful, but I'm not putting unholy amounts of torque on it. I'm not pushing into it. I'm just kind of just going around it. Any metal shadings is because I'm getting close to this and I am clipping part of this rivet. Some vehicles are just made for this. Just the way they look. This is one of them. This looks like it's got already an armored bastard. See what we got inside? Windows. Beautiful interior. Beautiful interior. All for $1. Beautiful striping. I mean, you know, it'd be a shame to take all that off. And again, I was saying, you know, building this 1/72 scale tanks is really cheap. This is even cheaper. This is a super cheap hop. All right. Next, this gorgeous thing. This is a beautiful car. Or this is a beautiful car model. It doesn't say on here what it is, but this is definitely either a GTO or a Chevelle. One of the two. .502. I wonder if that's how much horsepower it has. Doesn't say what year it is. Well, I mean, the car is like a 69. 69, 72, something like that. I'm guessing. All right. Let's take this thing apart. Just go around that rivet. And don't fuck up the front of the beautiful car. Or we'll have to put a ram on it. Okay, went all the way around. Yep, and it had a fatter part on here anyways where that was. They actually like fattened the front of it where that piece goes. We just get, go for it. Yes, welcome. Welcome back. Okay. You have that on here. Beautiful interior. It even has the little lines there on the seats. Just freaking gorgeous. So on something like this, we'll give it a brown wash, but we'll go kind of light. We don't want this white paint to end up turning into like, you know, light brown. Absolutely beautiful rims, wheels. Some cars have better paint jobs than others. This is definitely one of the better ones. Okay, here's another real pretty one. This is what, a dart. It's got heavy metal written all over it and some star-spangled fuckery on it. Sounds like some kind of mystery now. Hardy Boys and the star-spangled fuckery. Nancy Drew and the star-spangled fuckery. Actually, I might call that this thing. It's a star-spangled. What car is that? The star-spangled fuckery. It's like being at the dentist. I don't know. You have a bad dentist. You guys, you're British. You shouldn't have a dentist experience. I fall asleep when I go to the dentist. I fall asleep. Have I had major work done? Yes. But, you know, the most painful thing I've ever had done at the dentist was when I had braces put on and tightened. That hurt like hell. Numbness and everything. Having a crown put on, none of that's painful, you know. But I have good teeth. The rest of me is fucked up, you know. I have good teeth. All right, here we go. Okay, we cut all the way through that. Yeah, cutting through the plastic is the easy part. Let's do the same thing. Let's work this end. And then when we get to the side that's close to the outside of the bumper, we're going to reduce speed. So we don't mess up the finish on it. I think we just did it. But between not having to go through metal, the Nancy boys in our teacher. Hey, who's on this case? Oh, we got some real pros. Who is it? Oh, it's those Nancy boys. Nancy boys in the case of the flaming tosser. Oh, we have an olive drab interior. Oh. It's got heavy metal written on there. It doesn't really work with anything else. I may polish the heavy metal off. I don't mind the Americana stuff on it. Okay. I love these grills that they just paint themselves. All right, what do we got left? Are we down to one? No, we got this steel beast. And this is metal on metal. I may just decide to not take it apart, because that's just, it's unpleasant. It's just downright unpleasant, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to take it apart. Now, what about this Simpsons mobile? Simpsons family car. Now, this is going to stay. This is actually the first time we ever played Gaslands. I used this, and I believe I called it Pinky Pinkelstein, and but I think it's kind of lowrider-ish a little bit. I think I'm going to throw it into the Mexican team. And when we went to Mexico last time, we had this waiter that was kind of like a really soft-spoken nerd burglar fruitcake. He talked like that the whole time. So that's what this fucker's going to be. I just have to come up with a name for him, but he's going to be this dude right here. Oh, hold on one second. All right, I have guests here, so we're going to take this one apart, and then we're going to go ahead and stop. And then when I go and clear coat, we'll be back on a live one. It just may end up being 3 hours from now or something like that, or 2 or something like that. All right, but we're going to finish this. I'll leave everything set up. I'll leave the phone even out here and everything. Obviously, it won't be on. I thought this wasn't gone all the way through. But I got enough Mini Coopers. I could do a whole Mini Cooper race. Woo! Hot to trot. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Uh-oh. There we go. Nothing there. Here it is. Okay. But it's not going to be the Simpsons mobile. It's just going to be some fruity little pink bastard. All right, folks. That's it for now. We'll be back on a little later. Thanks for joining me. And we'll still have to clear coat these things so we can bring them inside and give them a brown wash. All right, folks. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.